podcast after a little hiatus from us.
Indeed, I feel like we haven't sat here in this position face to face in a hot sec. How are you, my dear? Fill us in on the gaps. What have you been up to? Life has been life in.
Do you know what? It's so funny because I think the last episode we recorded, I was absolutely panicking. I was, I remember I was like, I'm on the verge of tears, but I didn't actually cry. And then my friend came, Euphrasia came to drop off something for me. And she was like, "How are you?" I started crying, like, when you're just bawling
Yeah.
uncontrollably.
Sometimes you just need to let it out. And it's always when people ask if you're okay.
No,
And you're
exactly.
just like, no.
And I think
No, I'm
because it was
not.
in person as well, and I was like, "Did you know what? No, I'm not." Um, but why was I crying? I was crying because I was stressed about the workshops that I had to go and give because the audience that I was giving it to was an audience that I'd never spoken to before, and I just thought it was like way more technical than I was used to. So how did that go? Um, so first of all, I got like a couple of guest speakers, so it just wasn't me speaking all day, and I was introducing one of the guest speakers. This
Oh,
like
sorry, bloody dog.
That's all right. This is like within the first 20 minutes of me talking, right? So this is like the first impression that they have of me, that the audience have of me. By the way, it's like 150 people in the room.
Yeah.
So I was trying to say um, branches, like as in this company's branches, but this company is also a fund. And so in my mind, I got the word branches and fund confused. So I kept saying franches and I couldn't, when you're trying to correct yourself, and I was like, and the different franches. Oh, sorry, it was branches and franchises. That's what I kept getting confused.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not joking. I stuttered like 5 times, like
Oh,
no
I
word of a
hate
lie.
that.
I could not get the word out. Like I kept going to correct myself, and I was like, franches, franchises, franches. I literally, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't help. Like I started laughing. I was like, sorry, it's clearly too early in the morning. And then I
But
was
I
like,
like that because you just play it off. It's like, oh, guys, happens to the best of us.
but I honestly, that's never happened to me on stage. Like I literally could not get it out. And I was like, I started panicking because I was like, I'm never going to get this word out.
It is mad, isn't it? Like something so simple in your brain just cannot compute.
It was not computing. Like it was getting me mad. But I got the word out eventually. Um, but yeah, like that workshop that I was worried about, I think I had reason to be worried about in hindsight because it was basically these people have to do a mandatory 2-day training every 2 years to keep their license. And I was just a part of that training. So they had to be there. It's not like people wanted to be there. And I was on
Mm.
day 2, and I'd heard some of the feedback that people were annoyed that it was quite focused on sustainability. And I was like, well, heck, I'm about to host a whole day on sustainability. So if you were annoyed from day 1, like prepare for day 2, because that is all I'm talking about today.
But isn't that your job? What were they expecting?
Yeah, but it is my job, but their previous training didn't have so much sustainability focus.
Fine.
So that was a bit nerve-wracking. And then there was just a moment where I was like, oh my God, this crowd hates me. Like, no one is engaging with me because
Oh
they literally,
no.
like, I'd ask a question and no one would, like, put their hand up or indicate whatsoever that they were, like, engaged. Apart from, there was this one lady in the crowd, and I actually, like, went up to her after because she was like, do you know, people were, like,
Oh.
nodding their head. I was like, thank you. Thank you, Shayla. Um, but what I realized is people were engaging with me because they were shy. So no one wanted to put their hand up and talk.
Yeah.
But when I basically put a QR code on the screen and I was like, okay, if you do have any questions, just put it on there or any comments or anything like that. And as soon as I did that, loads of questions started coming in to
Yeah,
the
that's
point,
good.
yeah, like where I was like running out of time, which I'm so glad because I also felt like I had too much time on my hands. And it's like, I was literally talking for like 8 hours. So
That's insane.
Yeah, I need people to engage. So after that, it was fine. But yeah, girl, it was just a lot. Like I was just constantly in meetings. I'd be like, I'd do my online meetings for my normal job, and then I'd go for a lunch meeting, and then I'd go for a dinner meeting,
Yeah.
and then I'd go for an after dinner meeting, which is like drinks. But I don't even drink, so I'm there eating like not even drinking like a pineapple juice or something for 2 hours.
Yeah.
um, so it's
I'd have
just a
been
bit tiring.
asleep, boy. That is insane. Do you know what I find mad? Like, if I don't even remember the last time I delivered a presentation, slash, if ever, maybe I just have to speak in a pitch for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to rehearse. I have to know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you're delivering something for 8 hours a day. Like, how do you remember
No,
what you're meant to
because
be saying?
girl, the night before, so I always, like you said, like I'm going over my slides, making sure I have my talking points, and I always time myself to see
Yeah.
how long am I, because let's say I have 45 minutes for this topic, how long do I actually take? And when you're in person, you naturally talk faster because
Yeah.
subconsciously you're nervous. And I was in my hotel doing it. I was like, fuck, I've got 20 minutes left. And mind you, I'm comfortable talking right now. So imagine when I'm in person. So I had to add like loads of like different things to make sure I
Oh
actually
my
have enough to talk
God.
about. That's what always stresses me out because I try to keep my ting brief
Yeah.
so that so that it's interesting because the longer you talk the more it's just like people you've lost people like and especially because I'm
Mm.
speaking in English in a different country where English is not the first language. I don't want to be doing that rambling, so that stressed me out as well. It's a lot, but it was nice. I think I did my job in it. Like I actually did my job. I think sometimes
Proud of you,
because
girl. That honestly, to me, is insane. Like, no, you will never catch me doing that. It's mental.
well, you could definitely do it for sure.
I just wouldn't. Never. 8 hours. Like, girl, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's long. It's long.
It's mad. It makes you think as well. Like, my sister always moans about being a teacher. And she's like, you're literally presenting all day, every day. It's always an act. And I'm like,
Yes.
damn, you really are. You have to know what you're talking about. Whereas
Yeah.
me, I just sit at my desk and crack on with my work. No one's
No,
watching me.
100%. And with teachers as well, it's like you have to keep people engaged because that's your
Yeah.
job. And children are rude. So if they're not engaged, they will just start chatting in a corner. Like I remember bantering in the classroom whilst the teacher was teaching. Like and I'm a good student, mind you.
Yeah.
Imagine so yeah, teaching respect to all teachers because that's why teaching is such a transferable skill. Like you'll boss it in the corporate world because you've managed children, which is basically when you think about it, some adults are like children as well, and you need to
Yeah.
keep them engaged in the same way you need to keep children engaged. So you've actually got it.
Yeah, it's actually mad. You should be so proud of yourself, girl. I'm so proud of you. The fact that you were worried, you've now done it, you've delivered, you've survived.
But you
Like,
know
yeah.
what? This is the problem with having a 9 to 5 is that you can never actually just celebrate.
Hmm.
And I
It's so
think
true.
because with university, like you do an assignment and then you can celebrate and then you
Yeah.
have another one and then you finish the year and you finish your dissertation and you get the grade and blah blah. It's just constant. Like I'm back. I finished that trip that I was stressing and crying and screaming about, but it's like there's no breathing room because now it's like on to the next thing and this is just my life now. Like this is just
Oh,
our lives
don't.
now, Ellie.
I was literally saying to Billy the other day, I don't know what happened last week. Like, it should not have been a busy week. I had one important thing I needed to get over the line, and I didn't. And I had to lean on Billy so much. I was like, can you help with this? Can you help with this? Can you do this around the house? And I was like, it's just this week, babe. Like, it'll be better next week. And he was like, you've been saying that for the past 3 weeks. And I was like, no, I haven't. And then it wasn't until you just started talking and you were saying that last time we recorded, you were stressing about your trip. And I remember that week I was also really stressed. And it was the first time we both together were super stressed because usually one or the other.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, it has been like for the past 3 weeks. And then all the weeks before that, it really is just life now. which is so sad.
It is. And mind you, like, I mean, you have an extra responsibility by having a partner because you need to give them attention. Like, at least I live alone. But it's just like, if you're going to have kids in the future, that's a whole other challenge as well. So it, I don't know. I don't know how adults do it. Like, I actually don't.
Girl, honestly, I'm already tired. A bitch is holding in the yawns today. Like, I'm tired. No, I don't
No,
know how
girl.
people do it with kids. It's mental. Yeah, I think, to be fair, one thing has to give. You cannot have it all. Find me someone who has it all and has not sacrificed. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We're not robots. Like, something has to give. Maybe you don't give enough attention to your kids or to your partner or to your job or to your fitness or to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
something has to give for sure. But
it's
that
true.
is a bridge I will not be crossing anytime soon because balance, I don't have it yet. I need to sort myself out. Like,
Yeah, man.
before
I
I add
hear it.
anything else to the mix.
I hear it. How are you though? How's your time been since all of this?
Girl, life is a blur. I'm not even sure what I've done since you've been gone. I'm like, I think when you were gone, I went to a few events like the polo in the park. I went to my first horse racing event, which was so fun. Um, and then I went to the British Summertime Festival on Friday. I think I've just been having a good time. Just been enjoying summer, getting out. The weather has been weathering. Like, it's
Oh,
fantastic. Summer has been summering.
it has. It's really. I'm so glad to have landed back to this weather. Like it's so nice.
It really just puts you in a good mood too. Like, no matter how stressed you are, if you just get outside and get me personally, if I just get outside and get some time in the sun, I feel better.
Yeah, it's true.
I actually think did it happen before you went away or now? The worst thing that's happened to me is my knees dying.
Yeah, Ellie's training for a half marathon,
I
and her knees
was.
are giving out.
Guys, I live in an area in Essex that is super hilly. So, like, you literally cannot run a flat path. And I was running one day and I was dying. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just really struggling this day. And I got to the end and I was going swimming after. And I was like, oh, my knee hurts a little bit, but it'll be fine. Next day, fine. Then I went on another run and it started hurting 2 kilometers in. Then the next day, fine. I started walking up an escalator. I was like, nah, my knee's fried.
Oh
And ever since
no.
then, it's been hurting. Now the other one's hurting because I think it's compensating for that one.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I really don't think I'll be running any half marathon. I think I'm going to have to pull out of that. But such is life. But it has motivated me. Like, do you know, sometimes, I'm still feeling mad sorry for myself, as you can tell. But I was like, sometimes everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I truly do believe that. Even if it's rubbish, like, you will pivot and there will be a reason for it. It will shape you in some way. And this, I was like, I really wasn't going to the gym. I was swimming and running, but I wasn't actually strength training. And I think maybe it happened as a sign to say, get your ass back in the gym because otherwise
Maybe.
your body's just going to die. So now I'm back in the gym and I'm feeling a lot better for it. I am struggling with finding time. But yeah, so
No.
devastating.
Me and Ellie were talking the other day about how, like, for me personally, this is the most effort I've ever put into being healthy. Like, eating good, like, and actually eating nutritious meals, not just like
Hmm.
any sort of anything, like less carbs or whatever the fuck. Like, actually just eating nutritious meals. And this is the first time that I've had a gym membership and been consistent. And now, why is it the worst my body's ever looked?
I remember you saying this.
Answer me that. Like, the fuck?
Oh, girl. I'm not on my fitness bag yet. I'm still working out what to do in the gym, and I think my physio is helping. But
I think it's just like
yeah.
because I always used to hear it from adults, and I actually think it's once you pass that 25 barrier, your body just holds on to weight more than, and it's
Mm.
like it's harder for your body to change because you're like losing collagen and muscle mass is you have to really work at it to maintain it and all of this, and I'm just like, allow it.
Yeah.
All this effort for nothing.
Yeah, seriously. I need to sort out my diet, but that is a job for another day because your girl is tired.
It's true. It's true. I'm tired even speaking about this.
Honestly. On that note, let's jump right into our episode. That was a very brief catch up about what we've got over to the can't speak
You're having a
about
me
what we've
moment.
got up to. Girl, honestly, it's too regular. The last few weeks, but let's see what you guys have been up to in our favourite feature of the poll in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch. So, someone said, I'm in a Monday Zoom meeting, camera off, mic supposedly muted. As these meetings do, it was dragging on, so I thought I'd have a quick look on TikTok. Just a quick scroll to survive the morning. Suddenly, right in the middle of my boss rounding up the meeting, my phone blasts full volume audio. My Zoom square lit up and everyone gave me that awkward stare. Always triple check your mic, or better yet, do not go on social media during meetings.
I, because I've done this, but with playing a voice note, I
Oh,
always am so cautious of, is the mic off? Is the camera off? And I always, especially get, like, if I'm commuting, and sometimes I'm actually commuting for work, so it's not even anything sinister. Or like when I went to the GP, I had like the team meeting, so I was just listening in. I get so worried because on my phone, I'm like, is the mic actually off? Like, is the video actually
yeah.
off? Like, I feel like I can't tell on a phone because it's like smaller.
No, I agree. It's actually just focus on the meeting. Even if you're falling asleep, please just put the phone to the side. Don't use it because you never know. You just never know. I've heard of some horrendous stories, like of people going to the toilet and their mic not being muted. Or there was this one woman who was in the hair salon and she had the phone like right up to her face like this.
Oh my God, yeah, no.
And the angle, and people spoke about it for ages. Just, don't do it.
Yeah,
Do
no.
not do it.
Even like someone on my team call the other day was on the train. And I mean, they were holding their screen, like their phone like this, but it's like I can tell you're on a train. Just turn off your camera. Like you don't need to have your camera on.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, peak times, but happens to the best of us. And so long as it wasn't anything super inappropriate, then hopefully you
Yeah,
can get away with it.
yeah, exactly.
Very awkward. This links quite nicely into our poll though. Should we switch up the what do you call it?
Yes,
Routine a bit.
yes.
So guys, before Meggie went away, we were talking about screen time. How much we spend on our phones, how much time we spend on our phones, and just improving our health, improving our brains. You know what I mean? And I am notorious. Like my screen time is awful,
Oh,
guys.
I haven't even checked it yet, by the way. I'm going to check it live with you to find out.
I don't. I'm telling you, there are days when I work from home, and I'll like watch things in the background, or I'm clearly just checking my phone way more than I should be.
Yeah,
Hence why I'm always working overtime. It's really a me problem.
yeah,
And it will be like 7 hours by the end of the day. Like a
yeah, that's
cheeky hour
terrible.
podcast in the morning or an hour video in the morning whilst I'm getting ready. Then a couple hours scrolling at night. Like I think I'm never doing one thing. I'm always multitasking. I'm always on the phone, which is just disgusting.
No, I'm trying to check myself about that as well because even like I noticed I'm doing the dishes whilst listening to something. Like
Yeah.
sometimes just do the dishes and let your brain rest. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Like,
That is literally this morning when I got ready, I was watching something on Amazon, on Prime.
what were you
Like I was
watching?
literally watching a series. Why?
Yeah,
Did you say what was I watching?
yeah.
I was watching. Do you know what? The advertising really got me. I've listened to the radio whilst I work. Sorry, and they kept advertising this one series called We Are Liars or We Were Liars. Have you heard
Oh,
of
I've
it?
heard of that. Yeah, yeah, but I haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
I'm watching it. Do you know what? I'm on episode 6. I wouldn't say it's blown me out of the water. It's just
Okay.
okay. But my
Okay, but
sister
you're
did say
committed
the
now.
ending. Yeah, my sister said the ending is good. She was like, you will never expect it. So now I'm committed to the end. But if she hadn't said that, I really would have left it on episode 1.
Okay, so let me know. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. But yeah, so I'm trying to get through that basically. So I was watching that this morning whilst I was getting ready, and I was just thinking, girl, can't you just be in silence?
Yeah, no, no, but no, I can't.
Literally, not good for the brain. I also need to get rid of Instagram. I know we've had this chat 101 times, but why am I scrolling? Why?
No, but I totally hate you. And because I've got my two phone, well, my other phone is broken it, but like it can work for Instagram. I kept Instagram on my phone whilst I was in Thailand because I was like, I'm not going to bring two phones. Um, but now I'm back. And so yesterday I was like, no, I need to delete Instagram. So I plan on deleting it today.
Love that for you. Honestly, I need to do it. It's bad. I was even scrolling this morning in bed because I find when I don't want to get out of bed, I'm like, oh, let me have a quick scroll. It will wake me up,
Yeah, it
which
will
is
because it's
really bad.
disturbing your fucking brain.
So bad. And I was literally on Instagram and it was a guy saying about how bad it is to listen to anything or watch something 2 hours before bed, what it's doing to your brain, the fact that it's changing your pathways. And I'm like, literally me sat here listening to you right now is doing that. And I'm still doing
No,
it.
the thing is, yeah, it's one thing not like I'm actually quite good at not waking up and going on my phone. I've but I had to work on that. And
Yeah.
that was a journey in itself. But okay, I cannot go on Instagram before I go to sleep because I'll get delete the app. So I can make that change. But not watching TV
Yeah.
2 hours before I sleep. Don't piss me off, like
Yeah.
please. That's how I
Oh.
relax.
No, same. I must admit, never thought I'd see the day, but I've gotten so much better not scrolling Instagram in the mornings. I think just because I've been so busy. Today was the first day I've done it in ages.
No, it's so
Um,
bad for your brain, though, isn't
but it's
it?
the before bed for me. It's the
Yeah,
watching TV and they're just like, oh, I've worked all day. I just want to do something other than focus on work. And so I'll
yeah.
just go on my phone, just scroll Instagram. But I'm gonna delete it. I've
But
decided it needs to go.
getting back into our reading bags, actually, at night time.
Girl, yeah, I tried this for a little bit and then just gave up. I'm gonna restart my book. That's how bad it's been. Like I did two chapters and it's been weeks, probably a month. So yeah, actually, okay. This week, hold me to it, girl. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read tonight. I'm gonna get back in my reading bag.
Get back in your reading bag. But we can do it. We can do it. I think my journey that sorry, the step that I'm gonna take today is to delete Instagram off my phone,
Yeah,
and then next in our next recording, we'll come back to any changes that we've
yeah.
actually made during the week.
Amen.
So
Let's do it. I'm bloody doing it.
I'm trying to figure out what my screen time is, and so I don't know how to find out on average because I can see like the date, like for each day. But let's pick a day. Let me pick yesterday. So yesterday my screen time was 4 hours and 35 minutes.
I would be happy with that. Do you want to know what my screen time is? Bear it in mind, guys. I was in the office yesterday.
Okay.
So this is bad. I think I was messaging you a lot in the morning when I was on inspection. And then it was at the end of the day that it really ramped up. And in the morning, 6 hours and 14 minutes.
Damn.
And that's pretty average. It says an hour and 38 minutes on ITVX. I was watching Love Island whilst getting ready.
Fair, fair.
An hour and 7 minutes on WhatsApp. That's me sending you voice notes, messaging my family group chat.
Yeah.
47 minutes on Instagram. That is disgusting.
Yeah, but that's not that bad because of my 4 hours yesterday, 1.5 was to Instagram.
Holy crap.
1 hour 46 was to Instagram. And on
Bloody
Sunday,
hell. Okay, yeah, I don't go on Instagram that much,
no,
but
this is
46
how
minutes is still
bad
bad.
my Instagram usage is because on Sunday where I wasn't working and I had, mind you, I went to Pole, I had a nice day in the park where I finished my book.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think I was on my phone that much. I was 6 hours and 41 minutes I was on my phone
I
and
thought you said on Instagram. I was
no, no,
like,
no. And 3 hours of that I was on Instagram.
it's mental, isn't it? Do you know what, Maggie? It makes me think there's a lot of time in the day.
There,
Because I always
there
tell
is.
myself, there's not a lot of time in the day. I can't manage. But how am I managing 6 hours on my phone, huh?
So listen, I've just bought myself 3 hours a day by deleting Instagram.
Yeah, that's good.
Insane. Insane work from us. I hate that.
Yeah. Mine is definitely watching stuff and WhatsApp. Because Prime, I did an hour and 38 minutes on ITVX yesterday and 46 minutes on Prime. So I'm basically multitasking.
I think that's, yeah. I mean, it's less bad for your brain because at least that's long form content. If like the real killer to your brain is this short form, 1 minute, 30-second content that I'm clearly consuming 3 hours of a day, which is
That is
disgusting.
mental.
Yeah,
Surely you
I'm
must be
deleting the app.
multitasking though, because you don't have 3 hours a day just to sit there and scroll Instagram. You're always active.
I'm probably watching something and
Yeah,
scrolling, which is something that I've only developed through living alone. When Joanna used to live with me, I was fully invested in the show because we were discussing it together. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm deleting Instagram. I will circle back next week. Maybe should we do like next week, see if our screen time has gone down from this week.
Yes.
Okay,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Girl, I'm looking at last week and it was like 7 hours a day. It's actually disgusting.
But that's
So
that's
bad.
that's our working schedule. We should be spending 7 hours a day writing emails.
Girl, why one day did I spend 1 hour, 41 minutes in settings? It can't be right. I'm sure it's wrong. Like,
Yeah, maybe it's not 100% accurate.
it's not. I refuse. I actually refuse. Damn. But let's see what you guys said. What did the people say, Meggie? How long are they spending on their phones? Are we the norm or are we an anomaly?
Okay, so the options were less than 2 hours. Absolutely no one said that.
Thank God.
Then 2 to 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, or 6 hours plus. What do you think got the highest score?
I don't think people are as irresponsible as me. So I'd probably say 2 to 4 hours.
So it was divided. So 40% of people said 2 to 4 hours,
Mhm.
20% of people said 4 to 6, but the rest of the 40% said 6 plus hours. So we're actually not alone in this. It's a generational problem, in fact.
I feel a lot better about myself. Yeah, the phone must be wrong. I'm just sure about it.
I don't think it is. I mean, it might be wrong
So
in like what
bad.
you're doing on your phone, but I know, you text me, I reply. Like,
Yeah, that's me.
I'm online.
So bad. I'm gonna sort this out this week.
Yeah, we now we're aware you can't manage what you don't monitor.
Girl, I've been monitoring this for time. But I'm glad it's not just a me problem. We're
It's not.
all suffering.
Yeah, it's actually, let's not forget, Instagram pumps billions into research and development to keep you on your phone. So it's kind of not our fault, but we're conscious of it, and so we need to just do better.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna do better from today. The phone is going on airplane mode as soon as I
Yes.
start work. It's away.
I can't put it on airplane mode because I'm always worried that someone's going to call me and it's actually important.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I'll delete Instagram and that will solve half of my problems.
Yeah, girl, 3 hours. Done.
Back. So we did ask you what is keeping you on your phone. So someone said, I work in social media and call scrolling research. Fair. If your job
I
isn't
hear
social
it.
media, though, you need to know what the trends are and what the audios and all of this are.
Yeah, to be fair, I remember when we first started on Instagram and we took it, I took it seriously. And like we'd post to our stories and I'd be scrolling and be like, oh, we could post that one to our story. We could post that one to our story. I am so glad I don't do that anymore because I would definitely be on Instagram a lot more. So
Yeah,
I can't blame you.
it's true.
Yeah, I actually get that one. Someone said, doom scrolling, I need help. Preach it.
No, because sometimes I'm actually tired and I'm
Yeah.
still like scrolling and I can almost like step out of myself and see me doing it and I'm like shouting at myself. But I still do it because sometimes the algorithm is just so funny.
They say that do you know this is what I'm really bad for? When I get into bed, I'm like, oh, I just need some me time. Let me have a scroll. And they say basically when your body is in overdrive, instead of actually resting, you'll do stuff like that. Like just scroll even though you're super tired because you're so overworked that you just need a bit of relief. And that
Yeah.
you think your brain thinks that's giving it to you, and obviously it's not, you should just go to bed. But basically it just means we work too hard, girl.
I don't know about it. Someone said they use their phone for work, taking calls, sending emails, etc. So I don't feel too bad about my screen time. Fair.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never actually checked the screen time on my work phone.
I don't
But
have a work phone.
so there you go. Maybe you feel better about your screen time because surely some of it is working. I'm going to quickly check now out of interest.
Yeah, go on.
Let
See
me
what it
out.
is.
I
Because
really don't
that's
use this phone
yeah,
unless it's
okay,
for
so
calls.
see how much your screen time is on that one.
I shouldn't have said I really don't use it until I've actually checked. Might embarrass myself here. Hold on. Just trying to do an update. Let's have a look, shall we? Screen time. Oh, is it possible for me to not have it? Oh, there we go. Today already 35 minutes. I haven't touched this phone. This is not real. No, this I'm telling you, this is actually not real. It's saying 21 minutes in camera. I literally
What?
have not touched this phone. It's sat. Guys, this is it. I've disproved it. I knew I wasn't on my phone 7 hours a day. I have literally just proved it. It's in 35 minutes today. Oh, sorry, you can't see. No, guys, it's fine. That was yesterday. It's fine.
Oh my god, okay.
I
Okay.
was like, I haven't touched this phone. Yeah, it's 0 hours today. That makes sense. Yeah, yesterday it was camera because I went on an inspection. What else was it? Oh, it's changed it to creativity, something else. Yeah, it was photos, teams, notes. It was literally my inspection. That's it. I probably had like 2 calls yesterday. So maybe that's what my real phone needs to look like.
Yeah, no. Let's try and half our screen time. That's the challenge.
Let's do it. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm totally waffling now. But there was not this Saturday, the Saturday before. I literally had a day off my phone. Let me even check. I think my screen time was still bad, which is insane. But I felt so good. It was still 4 hours, which is mad. A lot of that was in photos. Not sure what else was doing in photos. But me and Billy went to the pub. We had a pub lunch. We sat in the sun. And do you know when someone goes inside to get a drink? And typically I just pick up my phone to entertain myself. And I didn't. I just sat there. I was like, I'm not going on my phone. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the weather. I felt so good.
Yeah.
It was like a massive chunk of my day where I just didn't touch my phone, where we sat down and watched some TV together in the evening. And I was like, I'm literally putting my phone to the side. I'm not going to look when people ping on WhatsApp. I just felt really good. My mind felt clear.
Yeah. No, that is good.
Yeah.
I met someone in Thailand who had I immediately thought of you because I was like, this would be so cool to do with you, but obviously it's so far. She did a 4-day silent retreat, which I think is much more achievable than what we've
100%.
spoken about before. And she was like, yeah, it's like no technology, nothing. And it's 4 days and it's just it's about meditation and you're staying with monks basically. And they have a certain eating schedule that you have to follow. Like they're not allowed to eat past midday or something because you can't be too full because you need to actually focus on meditation. And
Wow.
the location looked beautiful. And I was like, that would be so cool to just do like a 4-day detox from life. That is actually
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're detoxing from life itself.
Do you know what? This year is my first all family holiday. Literally every single person in my family is coming away. So that'll be a really good time for me to keep off my phone.
Yeah, because everyone you want to
Because,
speak to is there. That might
yeah.
be an emergency is there.
Yeah, exactly. Every emergency contact will be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then obviously I'll be on you of an evening. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just put my phone on airplane mode, not even take it down to the pool. Just be at peace. Bless you.
Thanks.
Um yeah. Time is
I love
really
that.
ticking though, guys. So let's jump into our dilemma before we have to wrap this up because Meggie really has at 8 a.m., which is just insane.
Yeah, I do. Oh, gosh.
So shall I read it?
Yeah, go on.
This person says, "Hi girls, I'm a little lost and could use your advice, please. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about what I actually want to do with my life. I have a job, it's fine. The people are nice, the work gets done, and I could pay my bills. But I keep wondering if this is it. I don't feel excited about what I'm doing. There's no real spark, no sense of purpose. I keep hearing people talking about finding your passion, how work is so easy when you earn money from your passion. But I honestly don't know what mine is. I've tried different things, hobbies, side projects, courses, and while some of them are interesting for a while, nothing really sticks. What would you say is your passion? How do you girls know you're in the right job, and how can I find the right job for me?
Do you know what? I think this passion thing is so overrated. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
in my passion. Like, if I was in my passion, I would be a pole dancer. But that doesn't mean that,
Girl.
but I wouldn't be a good one. Like, I don't think your hobbies have to be your job. I think
Mhm.
your hobbies need to be your hobbies. That's the point of a hobby, is to keep you sane. Like, it's okay if you're one of the 1% that are lucky to have made your passion, your hobby, and all of that into your career, good for you. But I think that can actually take away from the passion of you doing that. Like, the
Yeah.
reason you enjoy it so much is because you have this precious time to do it, and you also, I think, by making your hobby or your passion your job, it means that you need to be really good at it, and that's putting pressure on yourself. Like, I don't maybe I'm not meant to be a really good pole dancer because that's just meant to be a hobby. That's just meant to be something that I learn on in the week, that I don't have to put pressure on myself on. If I'm not good at it, I'm not good at it, but I had a good class. Like, so I first of all, I don't think your job needs to be your passion. I think
Mhm.
it just needs to be something that you enjoy enough to do it every day, or you care about enough to do it every day. I happen to care about the environment, and so I do it every day. But through listening to the podcast, I have tough days. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm enjoying it every single day, but I can get through it because it's something that I at least care about. If it's not that, let it be what at least the money is good. Like, I
Yeah.
just think we don't need to put pressure on ourselves to have passions and all of these things. You just need to do something that you can tolerate from a 9 to 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I literally couldn't put it any better. I wouldn't sit here and say my job is my passion. Like, I'm not changing the world. I wouldn't do this job if I won the lottery tomorrow. But I've done a couple of different jobs now within my company, and I can genuinely say this is the one that I enjoy the most. And I actually, like, I do something and I feel good about it. At the end of the day, I'm like, oh yeah, I achieved that. Yeah, I got that ticked off my list today. I feel good. Whereas I didn't in some of the other roles that I sat in. So I've definitely found what's right for me. But I'm not going to sit here and say, this is my passion. I'm changing the world. I feel so good. I found my purpose. But I don't think your job needs to be your purpose. Like, what are your values? What are your core values? And what do you want to get out of life? Maybe you do want to change the world and you want to be a massive political figure, or you want to create an NGO or something like that. Fine. That could be your job, your passion, and everything else in between, your purpose. But equally, maybe that's not it. And your purpose is making people close to you feel happy, taking care of people close to you. Like, just work out what your core values are and what you actually want to get out of life, and then decide whether you're in the right job or vice versa. For me, my job pays the bills. And like Meggie said, I just want to make sure it's tolerable. I work with lovely people. I really enjoy what I do, and I literally couldn't ask for more. That's all I want from a job.
Yeah.
So yeah, it completely depends what you want to get out of a job. I think social media can make it seem like there's so much flexibility and choice in the world, and that you can be anything you want to be, and that you should work out what your passion is, and that should be your job because it's so easy. But like Maggie said, it's really not like that. Look at sports figures. Yeah, that might be their passion and their hobby, but ultimately they're having to train day in, day out. And so at some point it's going to become a chore.
Mm,
Every day you're not going to wake up feeling to do something, whether it's a hobby, a passion, a purpose or not. And that's just
100%.
life. Life is not meant to be easy. It just, yeah, no one has life easy. No one wakes up and thinks, oh, another day, let's get it. Some days are hard. And that is just life. Just make sure it
No,
pays the bills.
it's so true. Like, work is work at the end of the day, whether you absolutely love it or not. Eventually work just becomes work, and it's just something that you have to do. And I think a key thing about what you said, Ellie, is that you tried different things. So
Yeah.
both of us have moved teams within our companies and have moved roles and changed our day to day so that it
Yeah.
looks a little bit better for us. So I think the advice would be to try as many different things as you can until you find something that is like, okay, yeah, I could invest my time into this. Like, this works for me. Like, don't be afraid to quit
Yeah.
and do something else.
There was this I've only ever seen it once, to be fair, because everything on Instagram is filled with make your passion your job. But this one girl posted, and she was basically talking about the pressures of exactly what you've said. I saw this ages ago, and she created an Instagram account about her time outside of work. So she was like, I do my 9 to 5, and then this is my life outside of work. This is how I fulfill myself. This is how I fill my cup, etc., etc., etc. So maybe if you say you're all right with your job, maybe you're putting too much emphasis on the fact that your job is your life, and you need to start putting emphasis on what you're doing outside of your job. Are you seeing friends and family? Are you getting out? Do you have hobbies outside of your job, etc.? Just make sure you're taking time for you and doing things you really enjoy. It doesn't have to be that is your 9 to 5. You have more
Yeah.
time outside of life, outside of a 9 to 5, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes.
No, exactly. I totally agree, Ellie. Could have put a bit of a self.
Yeah, no, so best of luck with that. But thank you so much for writing in. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We're glad to be back. Exhausted, as ever, but glad to be back. And happy that the sun is shining. Have a good week. Please send in your dilemmas, your stories, the mistakes you've made this week to grownupstothepodcast@gmail.com or
DM us at Grown Ups the Podcast. Bye.
bye.